living organisms are made up of cells, and the living world comprises both unicellular and multicellular organisms. In unicellular organisms, a single cell performs all functions needed for the survival. In multicellular organisms, cells do not operate independently. Instead, they form tight cell communities that live and work together. Groups of cells that are similar in structure and perform common or related functions are called tissues. Tissues are organized in specific proportions and patterns to form organs like lungs, heart, stomach, kidneys, ovaries, etc. If two or more organs perform common physical and chemical functions, they are called organ systems. Example, digestive system, respiratory system, circulatory system, and excretory system. The study of tissues are called histology. In this chapter, we are going to study about different kinds of animal tissues. Animal tissues. In animals, organs are composed of different combinations of 4 basic tissue types. They are epithelial tissue, connective tissue, muscular tissue, and neural tissue. Let's know about them in detail. Epithelial tissue. Epithelial tissue is made up of cells which are closely associated to each other with no intercellular spaces and arranged in one or more layers. This tissue is specialized to form to cover all internal and external body surfaces. Two types of epithelial tissues are simple epithelium and compound epithelium. Simple epithelium. On the basis of structure, simple epithelium is further divided into 5 types: squamous epithelium, cuboidal epithelium, columnar epithelium, ciliated epithelium, and glandular epithelium. Squamous epithelium is composed of flattened, irregularly shaped cells forming a continuous surface. They form the lining of cavities such as the mouth, blood vessels, heart, and lungs, and make up the outer layer of the skin. In the kidneys, squamous epithelial cells line small structures known as glomeruli, which are responsible for filtering the blood. Squamous epithelial cells line blood vessels where they are known as endothelium. The endothelium functions as a gatekeeper for blood vessels. Cuboidal epithelium. Cuboidal cells are square or cuboidal in shape. Each cell has a circular nucleus in the center. Cuboidal epithelium is found in glands and in the lining of the kidney tubules as well as in the ducts of the glands. They constitute the germinal epithelium, which produces the egg cells in the female ovary and the sperm cells in the male testis. Columnar epithelium. Columnar epithelial cells are arranged in one or more layers. The cells are elongated and column-shaped. Columnar epithelial cells form the lining of the stomach and intestines. Some columnar cells are dedicated for sensory reception in ears, nose, and the taste buds of the tongue. If the columnar epithelial cells possesses cilia, that is fine hair outgrowth, they are called ciliated columnar epithelium. The movement of cilia in a certain direction causes the mucus, which is secreted by goblet cells, to move in that direction. Ciliated epithelium is also found in uterus and fallopian tubes of females. Last one, glandular epithelium. Columnar epithelium with goblet cells is called glandular epithelium. Glandular epithelium are of two types. Unicellular glands consist of single, isolated glandular cells such as the goblet cells. Multicellular glands are composed of clusters of cells. Most glands are multicellular, including the salivary glands. Glandular epithelium. On the basis of secretion, glands can be classified as exocrine glands. Glands that release their products onto the apical surface directly or through the epithelial ducts that are connected to the apical surface. Example, salivary gland. Endocrine glands. Glands that secrete their products directly in the bloodstream. Endocrine glands lack a duct system. Example, pituitary gland. Next type, compound epithelium. Compound epithelium consists of more than one layer of cells. Being multi-layered, compound epithelia have very less role in secretion or absorption, but they provide protection to underlying tissues against mechanical, chemical, thermal or osmotic stresses. Now let's talk about functions of epithelial tissues. Squamous epithelium protects the underlying parts of the body from mechanical injury, entry of germs, chemicals and also from drying. Cuboidal epithelium helps in absorption, excretion and secretion. It also gives mechanical support. The main function of columnar epithelium is absorption and secretion. The main function of glandular epithelium is secretion from these glands. The rhythmic concentrating beating of cilia of ciliated epithelium moves solid particles in one direction through ducts. The rest of this lesson will be continued in the next session. Students, I hope you all understood. Thank you.